everybody, welcome to CD-ROM Fossil, and this is just a fun video. There's no theme or anything like that. I was playing 25 to Life, and I decided to record it just in case I wanted to make a video on it. And this game's just so bad, but also kind of interesting that I thought, I'm just going to do a video on it. Part of the reason why I wanted to try this game was because of the quote on the back, "Solid action for fans of SOCOM." Now granted, it's been a very long time since I've played SOCOM, the last one being on PSP, but, you know, I just don't think SOCOM played this poorly. You can only crouch and lean. I mean, you can also jump, but it's pretty useless because when you get to a barrier, you have to press the action key to vault over it, so I don't see the point in jumping. And this lean is awful. You can't move while leaning, which is fine. There's plenty of games that do that. But the lean really doesn't go that far. And because of the camera and the fact that you can't, like, switch shoulders, you can never really tell if you can hit your target or not. And the AI is so dead accurate that they're going to hit you even if you are leaning. So I died a lot due to some pretty unfair deaths. But I guess it has to be challenging because it is very short. According to the internet, there's 12 levels, and I got to 6. In only like 2 hours. It's a very short game, but I don't think single player was the focus. If you look on the back, you'll notice that it doesn't mention anything about the story. It just mentions the soundtrack, which is an amazing soundtrack, by the way. This game came out in 2005, so if you're a fan of rap, that you can kind of get an idea of what rap sounded like at the time. I can't play it for you, obviously, or else I'll get a billion copyright strikes. But yeah, it just talks about how there's 50 weapons to choose from, and how you can go to online with 16 players and customize your own character. Also, from what I learned, you can customize your own tag, which is pretty neat. But there's no bot support, so you're not going to be able to experience the multiplayer unless you go online and try to find one of the few servers that are still active. And I'm not really sure how to join those servers anyway. I didn't do that much research into multiplayer because I didn't want to put in the effort of modding it or getting connected to the online servers just for them to be empty. But maybe I'll try to convince some friends to get this and we'll set up a VPN and play through virtual LAN. I'm just hoping the multiplayer is much better than the single player. You can only carry 3 weapons, a melee one, a secondary, and a primary, which is fine, I guess. Well, my only problem is that no matter what gun you're using, you really don't get any feedback off of it. There's not really any recoil, and the enemies don't react differently to what you're shooting them with. Doesn't matter if you shoot a guy with a double-barrel shotgun, he's probably going to react the same way as if he got shot with a 9mm. As far as I can tell, you don't really stun enemies when you shoot them. They just kind of keep shooting and keep going about their business. And if you shoot people in the head, it's not a one-shot, one-kill. Depending on the weapon, you might be able to get 2 headshots in before they go down. And you switch characters throughout the story, and if you're playing a thug, you could take human shields, but man, the cops don't care. The moment you pull the trigger is the moment they will gun down that human shield to kill you. So human shields are only really there to grant you a little bit of breathing room because, well, you're always outnumbered. You kill a lot of people in this game. Like, for real, I think you kill more people in this than you do in a SOCOM game. And it's funny because even when you play as the cop, your objective doesn't really change. It's just kill everyone, and you can, like, subdue them, I guess, but, you know, that's kind of hard to pull off. But yeah, I don't know how this city could have any population left. And this would be fine if this was Saints Row or Grand Theft Auto, because both those games are almost a parody in themselves. Both of them are not supposed to be taken 100% seriously. There's a little bit of humor involved. With this game, it's really hard to tell what they're going for. And it doesn't help that the game's justification for hearing music throughout the game isn't that music's just playing and it's just the atmosphere of the level, but instead that there's boom boxes everywhere. All playing the same radio station, I guess. It's really hard to tell if this game's trying to be serious or if it's trying to be funny. But I guess the last thing to talk about is its compatibility with Windows 10. I was playing this game off the physical disc in my Windows 10 machine, no patches, no anything like that. And it worked just fine up until about mission 05-06, where it began to stutter and hang up to the point that it was almost unplayable. The game's already extremely difficult, so also fighting the stutter and the glitchiness just made it impossible. It's important to note that this game actually supports 1440p, which I found incredible, but I was playing it at 1920 by 1080. I could have tried lowering the resolution or lowering anti-aliasing and stuff like that to get the stutter to go away, but it seemed to only happen on those 2 levels. I don't know, this is just some game I was playing. I thought it was a little weird, a little interesting. It's not the greatest thing ever. I probably will never play it again. It's got an amazing soundtrack if you're a fan of rap. But yeah, I just felt like doing a video on that because I had fun. It's one of those games that's so bad, it's fun to experience at least once. But again, I'm never going to play it again. There's like a first-person camera, and it was fun kind of looking for Easter eggs and stuff like that. Apparently, Vitamin Water sponsored this game in some degree. And then I found a newspaper that looked like it had Saddam Hussein's face on it with the American flag in the White House. Is Saddam Hussein the president of the United States in this reality? I don't know. It's not a good game, and paying $60 or however much this was worth at the time would have been disappointing for me, and I have no idea how well the console versions run. But I can say that I got my copy, I think at a Goodwill for like $1.50, and it was worth just messing around in. There's all kinds of weird moments, like busting into this apartment to find all this ammo, and there's just like a drunk dude on the floor. I don't know. A lot of stuff's starting to come back to me now of all the randomness, all the weirdness in this game. You should check it out just for fun. And if you like to see videos like this where I just talk about what I'm playing, because I do play games in my off time, I don't play stuff just for this channel, then let me know. I can slap these together fairly quickly. This is a very quick video. In fact, I'm going off script. I didn't write a script or anything like that. And yeah, if you would like to see more stuff like this, just let me know. I had fun. This was fun. But I'm gonna go play something more fun though, because whew, that game was bad.